Happy New Year and welcome to 2025. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas celebration and I hope we all eat. Okay, yes, I did say Christmas is not about eating and drinking, but I hope you did eat because 2025 go long. All right, welcome to another episode on the Issachar Podcast. And this special episode, we'll be talking about navigating the year. What else should we be talking about? It's the new year, of course. So, on this episode, we have someone most of us will know him, and we've probably seen him somewhere, one or two places. So, I'll allow him to introduce himself.
All right, my name is Stephen Ago. I'm a youth worker and also someone who is very passionate about personal development.
Okay, welcome. We are thrilled to have you on this
It's my pleasure.
podcast.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, like I said, we'll be talking about navigating the year, goal setting, and the likes of it. So, mostly goal setting. And you said you are someone who is passionate about personal
Personal
development.
development, yeah.
That's nice. All right. So, I want to ask. Okay. First of all, what is a what is like a resolution? They say it's New Year resolution. We call it New Year resolution. What is one New Year resolution that you set last year that you did not complete? Tell yourself the truth.
Okay. All right. Going like this. Last year, 2024, 1st January, I actually set a resolution that I was going to read about 4 books every month. I had books I wanted to read, books on finance, relationship, family, just to build myself a little bit. But because of some constraints, which were so visible, some things that kind of laid me back. So I did not. It's just something that I just want to let out of the bag for people to know that it's not always easy to make resolutions. It's in the discipline. Yeah.
So 4 books every month.
Yes. I seldom read. I didn't even read up to 12 for the whole year. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. It's more like a general thing. Everybody, most people, in fact, everybody said there is this New Year resolution. Once it's first January of
Yeah.
every year, someone is like my New Year resolutions, and they are listing up to like 10, 20 of them. And at the end of the year, you see that half of your list was not met up with. All right, so that's fine. Thank you for being honest. So I want to ask, what do you think goal is? We are going to talk about goal setting, but then what's the goal first of all?
Okay, a goal is a target that someone seeks to achieve over a period of time.
Okay, and what do you think? What is goal setting?
Okay, now goal setting is maybe somebody or maybe a group of people or a company, depending on the case, being able to draft out a target and a plan, maybe a system on how to reach this. So if let's take for instance that a company wants to increase the sales, or maybe a church wants to win more people for the Lord, they actually set a goal according to their leading. So somebody can actually decide to set a goal on several things for the year. So it comes with a strategy, it comes with a period of time. So these are the things that make up a goal. There is a target, it is strategy, and there is time.
Okay, a target, a strategy, and time,
So yes.
and it mustn't really be in a group of people. It can be with myself, right?
Yes,
I can
yes.
set
You can
goals for
set goals
myself.
yourself.
All right. Okay. Okay. I want to know, like, do you have any goals that you have set up already for the year? Or okay, let me come like this. When do you think is the best time to set goal for the year? Is it like all these new resolutions we do? I come on the first day of January and I'm writing my goals for the year, or do you think it's something I should have done last year?
Okay, first of all, before you even think about setting the goals and when it should be set, you first of all do an in-depth check in you and your current situation. So if you are somebody who is less disciplined about things. You just set goals and you expect things to just you just do wishful thinking, just speak into the globe and believe that things are going to happen. It is not when the year is on already, when we're already in January, you now want to start setting goals. You should do it so that you have enough time to lag. Do you understand? You have enough time to delay yourself and drag yourself into it, because you are expecting that by January, the things that you set for January should start ticking. If you're expecting to read books, if you're expecting to do this, depending on the kind of goal you set, depending on the category of goal you set. So it is better, depending on who you are, it's better for you to set goals a month or even 2 or 3 weeks before the new year, so that you get everything ready to chase your goals.
And then on the contrary, if you're someone who works on your goals immediately, you can set them.
You can set them and start working.
So
Whether you
but
set it on January 1st, whether you set it on 31st, it's okay. But if you are somebody who finds it very difficult, you are not so energetic about going for things, please make sure that you set it. Because one thing about setting goals is that when you set it the right way, you kind of contact other accountability partners. So it makes you to be, so eager to do that, because you know that there is a bounty on you not fulfilling that goal. It's more like telling you, maybe let's say that you're a business person, or maybe let's say that there's a business person out there, you were asked to make sales, and the condition is make sales or go to jail.
okay.
So you know that there has to be somebody who is out there who can help you. Maybe this is on you to make this sales, but you are just dragging yourself to it. So it depends on who you are. But if you're somebody who is quite disciplined, you can start January. But if you're somebody who is less disciplined, you are still learning the ropes of discipline. Find your time to set it at worst 3 weeks before the new year.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Uh
much.
is it a must I will set go?
It is not a must, but the thing is that the repercussion always comes so plain for us to see. One thing about life is that if you, just like a popular saying, that whenever you fail to plan, you've already
You plan to
planned to
fail.
fail. So
Okay.
in other words, there's a planning going on, whether you are planning it actively or you are not planning it.
But sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
there's a saying also that says that if you finish planning for the year will plan for you. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
how do
yeah.
you
Yes,
deal
yeah.
with that one as well?
When you are planning for something, you
Hmm.
plan it with an open mind. You plan it through the help of a spirit. And
Okay.
as a person of faith, I'm the one that advocates for us planning with the Spirit of God. So
Okay.
when you are going to set your goals, it is not a casual stuff. Most people I know set their goals in a place of retreat. The reason is because that atmosphere gives them serenity to hear from the one who strengthens their faith. So they bring their boxes before him, and they are asking him, telling him, "Sir, this is what I want to do for January. This is what I'm planning to achieve in this area of my life." Depending on the categories of goals, it could be family, it could be social, it could be relationship goals, it could be academic goals. This year, I must do my masters. I must start my master's degree. All right. Next year, I must, So they are setting those goals, and they are allowing someone who they know that has their back to decide for them. And it's somebody, the person, God plays a crucial role in our goal setting. So that's why we advocate for us to set it in a place of calmness.
All right. Okay. So, if I may ask, does God have a role in like to play like when it comes to goal setting? Like you said it here, so I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
you
yeah.
to
Okay,
elaborate
okay,
on it.
okay,
Does
okay.
God have a role
Yeah,
in when
yeah.
it comes to goal setting for ourselves, for myself?
Okay, yeah. The truth is that everybody is using something. mm, And people on the other side, there's one clear difference between we and them. You know, there's a place in the scripture that says that the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and are added no sorrow. And also a place that says that you should remember the Lord your God, for it is He that giveth you power. to make wealth. Now, there is a dimension of wisdom. I'm going to
Okay.
say this thing very plain. There's a dimension of wisdom that does not come by learning. It is given. You are called into it. Now, let me blow your mind. During 2019, people actually set goals for 2020. And what happened? COVID came. Most of those goals were shattered. Do you get it? So one thing about setting goals is that if you don't involve the help of your maker, if you don't involve the help of the supreme one, you are most likely to be at the mercy of others. And the others you are most likely to be at the mercy, maybe they are the if you're a business person, these are the people that will take out the festive season to go and soak themselves into one or two things. And you think that everybody is just normal. I heard of a popular Nigerian oil and gas mogul say something about. He said that he encourages every of his staff to have an altar. He said it in a public space, and he encourages every of his staff to have an altar, meaning that if you don't have an altar, you can't work for him. So when you come to his altar, he has the books, he has his Bible, he has so many other things, So that is a place where he makes decisions. So when he's coming to enforce it on his staff, he already knows that this is a goal because it is coming from somewhere superior. So we can't just set goals and leave God aside. God is the one that seals the plan.
Okay. When you said author, I'm like, there are different kinds of author.
All right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are different kinds of author actually. So it's to know the one they said, yeah. But that's by the way.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so how can how do you advise me or our viewers to set goals? I mean, when you talk about goal, someone somewhere now will be thinking that goal setting is just basically what you plan to do for the year. Maybe you write down, okay, I'll finish this book, I'll finish 10 books for the rest of the year, I will do this, I will get that. But there are other kinds of goals, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't have to do with
Okay, yeah.
business and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
So, can you tell us?
Okay, I will start by talking on the categories of goals. I think I've been mentioning some as we've been discussing. Now, first of all, there is spiritual goal, which as a person of faith I want to start with. Because if your spiritual health is not in line, you won't be able to surmount the challenges that will draw you down from even setting and achieving other goals. Now, you can set your spiritual goals. This is you want to stay consistent with God through this year. So, how is that going to happen? Maybe you can decide to be going for a retreat once a month. You can decide to be reading two Christian literatures or any book that you are led to read as a Christian literature, depending on the state of your life at that particular, depending on the build up. So that is spiritual goal. So you have a system around growing yourself spiritually. That is spiritual goal. The next that somebody should set is finance. Now, what is in finance is that as a person of faith, I've discovered that every year comes with a pack of problems that need solutions. So if God is going to help you financially, He's going to link you to a problem. Now, from life after COVID has been different. It was after COVID that we learned that we could hold meetings virtually. Like thousands of people would just come online and have meetings. That companies can discuss with their employees, directors, and without being physically present with them. So it was after COVID. So during COVID, some people actually tapped into the problems that were there and they brought solutions. Most of those solutions were not inspired by just thoughts. They were inspired by maybe revelations. They were inspired by somebody saying that he heard, or something just told him inside, you know. So finance is very, very important. How do you navigate? Are you somebody who is into sales? How do you navigate making sales? How do you generate leads? So this is there's always a systematic way Do you need to upgrade your lifestyle to be able to attract more people to patronize your business? So these are things you put into control. Just remember that the first thing I said is that you need to take an in-depth check into you and your current situation. Look at yourself. Tell yourself the truth. All right. Know that this is you and that you need to live from this particular standpoint and move to this particular standpoint. So for every goal, it is actually you making a step into the better you in that aspect. So there is finance, there's relationship. Relationship means that you want to be more valuable to people. Do you get it? You need to provide solutions to people. So there are different categories of goals. So there we have finance, relationship. You might want to add adventures. You want to visit an expensive place, have a vacation. All work and no play makes. I don't know how they say those things. I don't know
So,
whether you are Jack or Lady Jack, but that's by the way. So there are certain things you would want to include. Family, you might not be having time for, some businessmen or some career people do not really have time for their family, especially for their kids. So it should
that
be
should be a goal
among,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. It should be among the goal that I want to be spending so and so time, so and so day, no matter how busy I am. So it's your goal. Tuesdays, Wednesdays for my kids, this and that. So craft all those things.
Okay. So when it comes to relationship goals,
Yeah.
you said you I should work on uh giving out value to
Yes,
people.
yes, yes.
Is that the only thing that revolves around setting a
Okay.
relationship goal?
That is not all that revolves around setting a relationship goal. It depends on the aspect of relationship. Relationship is vast. It's not just in the romantic side of relationship. There's romantic relationship. There's a relationship with workers. Maybe you are an employer. You have people working for you. There's a relationship with your clients. So relationship is quite vast. But the thing about the central point that I use value is that value is what makes your relationship worth it.
Okay.
All right, before coming here, I watched something online and someone said that people actually believe that once they meet Elon Musk or Aliko Dangote on the beach, your life is blessed, your life don't change. But the truth is that he doesn't want to, such a person does not really want a liability. He might not really take your number if you go and introduce yourself to him. I'm this and that kind of person. He will not really take your number without knowing exactly what you are doing and how that thing will help you. So the best way to, even if it's a romantic relationship, the best way to take care of us, to take care of somebody, is to take care of yourself well, so that the value you have can reflect and change the life of that person. So value is the central point. Are you getting it? Value is the central point. And as a person of faith, you also look at that godliness in value. There are people are now moving from godliness to just what we call mere morals. It's not really that
Okay.
strong. We
Yeah.
can just do it. It's not. Do you get it? But those things are watering our values. So values is the central point. Value is the central point. That any kind of relationship should be able to emit value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful input. So you said spiritual goals, you said financial goals,
Yes. Yes.
uh
Marital goals.
okay,
Adventure. Okay. Okay.
marital goals. So
Yeah.
I feel like um people should set goals. Okay, someone who knows that he's of age, he or she is of age. I mean, is it important for the person to also add that this year?
Yes.
Or I also hear that there's or we know, okay, we
Yes.
know because I know as well
Yeah.
that there is time for God's time is the best every all round, even including marriages.
Yeah.
But then, is it also right to put that this year I should work towards finding my partner, or did you
Okay.
just keep sitting down and waiting for when God
Yeah.
speaks to you?
Yes. There is something I want to say concerning marital goals. The thing about it is that there is one to position. and there is one to search. So the lady positions and the man searches. Now, as a lady, you're not expected as the normal. I don't know whether this is normal, but for me, as the right way is supposed to be, you're not supposed to come and propose to a man. So you can't say that this year, you as a lady, you must get married. But you can trust that this year, you can do all you can to position yourself well. Maybe you are somebody who doesn't really like, networking with people. From you are just all by yourself and you are really getting of age. How will somebody come to know you? I believe that God can actually review yourself, just reveal you to someone. God can reveal you to a partner, or but there's just a little input we should do. So there's positioning to do as a lady, and there is searching to. So for the man, I can boldly tell you that this year you know that you are of age. Tackle the things that are laying you down. You can put that your marriage to be around the ending of 2025. But the most important thing is that you've already understood the surrounding situations of why you are still single. So you've understood the surrounding situations. And the thing there is that you know that this is what is laying me back. This is what is laying me down. So I am going to tackle this thing. If it is finance, what am I doing at the moment? How much money am I making? What is my influence? How do I grow in this area? What amount of time is it going to take me to grow in that area? So if you are passionate about those things and you start setting it in the right time, I assure you that God's helping you. You meet up as a man. But for the lady, your work is to prayerfully position yourself and keep building yourself.
Okay, thanks. That's really nice. Positioning and searching.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so finally, as we round up this episode, I would like just I would like to ask, um, there is God's plan as well. While you are
Mhm.
setting your goals, there is God's plan. There are some of the things you put in your goals list that does not resonate with what God wants you to do. How do you find that one out?
Okay. There is faith. There's God's plan for your life, and you know, I believe so much in God's plan. I'm a person that loves to see from the lens of the Spirit. There's something I want to say. You know, we have actually come to the level of using emotions to perceive things. There are three levels of perception. We have discernment, we have reason, and we have emotions. So nowadays, as people of faith, we now do what we feel like. So I believe if you are somebody who is running through the lens of the Spirit, anytime you're about to set up something that is not in plan, something will draw you back. So the most important thing is that it's not like you, because this morning as I was about to eat, I did not hear God telling me, don't eat, or you must brush your teeth by this time. But there are days that I will want to put food in my mouth. He said, no, fast. As a person of faith, as a Christian, this is what I believe. All right. So it might not be so for other people out there, but this is what I believe for me. So, but I would not wake up in the morning and ask him, God, should I? So, the most important thing is that you are working in that terrain of discernment, so that anytime you want to make a decision and it's not aligning with what God wants for you, you will feel a repulsion. So, the most important thing is that we don't move from the realm of discernment to the realm of reason. And even to make it worse, you move down to the realm of emotions. Nowadays, it's more like we are making emotional decisions. Why did you do this thing? I just felt like I just do you get. So we want to remain at that point where our instincts still matches with the voice of the Spirit. We do not hear different voices from everywhere because we are maintaining tempo.
Okay, and we're supposed to follow the plans.
Yes.
What if it's unfavorable? Like,
Okay, what if it's unfavorable? Situations can make it unfavorable, but for every time you begin to face a challenging moment, it is always nice that you run back to God and you review your steps. It could be that there are things you're not doing well. It might not just be that there are metaphysical stuffs around it. It might just be that it is you.
Okay.
All right. For instance, now you set your goals that you want to make this kind of, okay, you want to make sales, you want to read, you want to pray, you want to fast, and you are leaving all those things to the end of your goal time. It's more like, okay, we having a football club wanting to only score when it's 89 minutes. Come on. Do you understand? You will see the pressure. So when you are doing that kind of thing, you will be stressing yourself and you might not really do everything the way it's supposed to be. You might not really do it the neat way it's supposed to be. And when it doesn't turn out well, when it becomes so unbearable, you would think that there are village people somewhere fighting you. But did you do what you're supposed to do at the right time? Are you sure you did it? If you did it and it did not work, then it's time for you to retreat. Go to that same altar that you set those goals and retreat.
Okay. Thank you so much for all your inputs. Before we finally round up, is there something you would like to tell our viewers
Yes, okay. Uh,
pertains to not just goal setting? I mean, how
yeah,
to prepare for this year. Last
yeah.
year was not funny.
Last year wasn't
It
fun,
was not
honestly.
it was funny for anybody. It's not funny for me. I must say. So, is there anything you tell our viewers and to do differently, or I don't
Okay.
know, if there's something that you say to them?
Okay, I'm just going to pull out this template from my own personal archive and share with them all. Now, for you to navigate this year, you need to understand your own personal calendar. Your free time is not my free time. Your work might not be my work. So make sure that you have a calendar, maybe in your phone or maybe a hard copy calendar. Mark out your free, your the as in the times that you are going to be free. I don't mean that you are just like, what I mean by you being free is that there are no serious circumstances that are taking you to be busy. You're going to put things that will make you busy actually in those areas, those dates. All right. But marking it makes you know that this is the time I have for this. So when you do that, get your goals, write those goals down, categorize them, and categorize them into finance, can categorize them into relationship, family, adventures, spiritual. Just categorize them according to what those goals are. Now, when you are done categorizing them, put them into your calendar. Remember, you're not doing this thing on your own. You are doing it from your altar. You are doing it with the help of the Holy Spirit in the same level of discernment. That is why we are advising people to don't just eat, just like we had the last time. Don't just use Christmas and eat rice and everything. It's also a time for you to retreat and also, so you are still maintaining that soberness and you are planning all those things. So when you put those things inside your calendar year, the next thing is to ask yourself a question, honest questions about those goals. What are the constraints? Is it in my mind? Let's say I want to start building a house and all I have in my account is 1 million naira. There's a mental constraint around there. Do you get it? Because the money cannot build a house. But what do I do? You just observe that the constraint is just there. All right. So how do you tackle this constraint? You tackle the constraints immediately. Tackle those constraints. What is the constraints? How am I going to make up the money? Where do I even start? Just so you trash out all those constraints. Then the next
And
thing,
work.
yeah. The next thing and the final thing I'm going to say is that while you are kicking off running for your goal, make sure that you get like minds, accountability partners.
Okay.
They are the ones that will place a bounty on you not fulfilling those goals. So let's say you set a goal for the first 3 months of the year and you've not met up with it. They are reminding you that, sir, this is what is going for this
It's really
since you've
helping.
not met us. So is and as you are doing it, make sure that you are prayerfully following your goals.
Okay, I'm so
Because things
sorry.
are
I'm going to
out
have
there.
to cut you there.
All right.
Our speaker is loaded. If I
Thank you.
don't stop him, I'm not sure we'll go to this. But thank you so much for all the inputs you've made. I really did not see everything this way. That I've learned new things, and I'm sure every one of us has learned new thing as well, something new as well. So we've come to the end of today's episode, and I hope you picked something. Don't just watch this and go and keep it aside. There is always need to set goal. I mean, someone without a goal for the year is like, I don't even know the metaphor to use to you for you, but you are just business and you will not really achieve anything. Even if you do achieve something, you will not achieve much if you don't have a goal. So thank you for joining me in today's episode. Thank you for watching. uh if today's discussion has encouraged you or has put something in your mind that you think you need to send to someone or you need to let someone hear, I would encourage you to share this video or just put what you think down at the comment section. Or if there is anything we did not say here that you feel like it can help with setting up a goal or every other thing that partakes to the new year,
Yeah.
please put it down at the comment section. Thank you so much for joining us. I am thrilled to have you. Do have a blessed 2025. Stay hopeful, stay blessed, and don't forget to like and subscribe so that when next we drop any other video, you'll be notified. Thank you so much. God
Thank you
bless
very
you.
much, guys. Thank you.